Hello everyone, my name is Zachary Dunn and thank you for taking the time to watch my capstone presentation. The project I am sharing with you today is titled Legacy Sports Cards and Memorabilia. A feasible study and venture brings together an experience as a veteran, my passion for sports collectibles, and a strategic thinking I have developed throughout my MBA program at Post University. Over the next several minutes, I will walk through the problems and opportunity of the sports collectible markets, explain the business and concepts and targeted customers, and highlight the strategic goals and financial outlook, and then describe the implementation plan and follow-up process. I will also connect the project to my healthcare systems leadership concentration by showing how I use SMART objectives and implementation roadmaps and performance dashboards, concepts we typically apply in healthcare, to design a disciplined, measurable retail venture. To begin, I want to describe the problem and opportunity that are driving this venture. The global sports memorabilia and trading card market is growing rapidly, with a projection that it will surpass hundreds of billions of dollars in the upcoming years. This growth is fueled by nostalgia, investment interest, and rise in online platforms that connect to collectors all around the world. Despite the strong demand, there are still clear pain points for customers, especially at local levels. In Central Florida, there is no dedicated hybrid shop that truly combines a strong local presence and a modern digital strategy. Collectors face a trade-off. Online selling only may also reflect selections and reach, but it can be difficult to know who to trust, whether items are authentic, and whether the seller will still be around in a few months. On the other hand, local shops, when they exist, can be friendly and personal, but they often have limited hours, limited inventory, and very little digital engagement and live scale capabilities. As a result, customers are left piecing together their experience across multiple sites and stores, and they often lack trusted, community-oriented home base, both in their personal and online. The opportunity for legacy sports card and memorabilia is to bridge the gap between creating a veteran-owned hybrid retail that feels like a neighborhood shop but operates with the reach, transparency, and consistency of a modern online brand. The goal is to provide authentic products, live engagement, and a real sense of community for collectors, families, and sports fans. With that context in place, I will now give a brief overview of what legacy sports cards and memorabilia actually is. The venture is designed as a dual-channel business model. The first channel is a physical storefront located in a high-traffic area of Central Florida. This store will offer sports cards, sealed products, single cards, autographed memorabilia, and custom framing services. The environment is intended to be a family-friendly and welcoming so that children, new collectors, and serious investors all feel comfortable walking through the door. The second channel is a robust digital presence that includes live box breaks, online auctions, and fixed price sales on platforms such as Whatnot and other social media such as TikTok, eBay Live, and a dedicated website. This digital concept allows Legacy to reach customers beyond the immediate local area and to create recurring engagement through scheduled live events. The target customers include serious collectors who care strongly about grading, rarity, and investment potential, as well as families and casual fans who want a fun and trustworthy place to shop, trade, and learn. The store will also connect the local youth, sports teams, and veterans organizations by hosting charity gigs, signings, and community events that reinforce its mission and identity. Operationally, the business will be led by 2 U.S. Army veterans, bridging operational discipline, integrity, and a mission-driven mindset into the day-to-day operations. The approximate startup investment of $100,000 will cover inventory, renovations, technology, licensing, and insurance, marketing, and operating revenue. The long-term vision is to build a trusted local brand with scalable digital reach, and if performance meets target, consider additional locations or expand digital offerings using the same discipline model. To ensure this venture is more than a hobby, Legacy is built around clear strategic goals with SMART objectives that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. The first area of focus is financial viability and profitability. The plan is to secure approximately $100,000 in startup funding through a mix of SBA-backed lending and owner equity by March 31st, 2026. The business aims to reach at least $12,000 in average monthly revenue by the end of 2026, while maintaining a gross profit margin of about 40%. With these assumptions, the venture is projected to reach its financial break-even point by early 2028 and to achieve roughly a 20% return on investment by the end of 2027. The second area is brand and customer experience. Here, the goals include completing a full brand identity, such as store signage, digital branding, packaging, and staff uniforms by the end of May 2026. Building an online presence with around 5,000 combined followers across social and live sale platforms, and earning at least 50 Google reviews with an average rating of 4.8 or higher by the end of 2027. The third area involves operational excellence and scalability. Objectives in this category include implementing an integrated point-of-sale and inventory system with less than 2% variance between physical counts and recorded inventory. Establishing contracts with national distributors to ensure access to desired products, and fulfilling at least 90% of online orders with same-day or next-day shipping. To support continuous improvement, key performance indicators will be reviewed on a monthly basis. In addition to these financials, brands, and operational goals, there are objectives related to the community impact and ethics, such as hosting quarterly events, supporting veteran nonprofit organizations through charity breaks, and maintaining transparent pricing and authenticity guarantees. This structured set of goals mirrors the way organizations in healthcare define improvement targets, not just by expressing a vision, but by setting clear metrics and timelines so that progress can be monitored and adjusted over time. Next, I will walk through the key financials that support the feasibility of Legacy Sports Cards and Memorabilia. The venture requires an estimated startup investment of $100,000. The amount is allocated across several major categories. Around $40,000 is reserved for inventory, including sealed products, cards, and memorabilia. Approximately $10,000 will be used for renovations and build-outs in the retail space to make it both functional and inviting. Technology, including point-of-sale services, streaming equipment, and website improvement, expected to cost about $10,000 to $15,000. Licensing, permits, and insurance is estimated to be around $5,000, and another $10,000 is planned for marketing brand launch activities such as signage, digital advertisement, and promotional events. Finally, about $20,000 will be reserved as operating capital to cover rent, utilities, payroll, and other early-stage expenses while revenue ramps up. Looking at the revenue side, the projections use conservative assumptions based on hybrid retail benchmarks. In the first year, annual revenue is projected in the range of $144,000 to $145,000 as the brand becomes established and awareness grows. In the second year, annual revenue is expected to increase roughly $165,000 to $200,000. As digital channels and repeat customers strengthens. By the third year, projected revenue is around $225,000 to $260,000, with digital sales contributing about half of total revenue. The target gross profit margin is 40%, which is consistent with industry norms for hobbies and specialty retail. At the high end of the 5-year revenue range, this would represent roughly $570,000 in gross profit margins on $140,000 investment startup. Fixed annual costs are estimated at about $70,000. Using a combination margin ratio of 40%, the annual break-even revenue is around $175,000, which translates into an estimated break-even time frame of about 22 months. Having a strong financial plan and clear goal is important, but the real test is how the venture will actually be implemented. Legacy's implementation plan is structured in phases similar to how plan changes are introduced in healthcare organizations. The first phase focuses on planning and funding and generally covers month 1 through 3. During this phase, the business plan is finalized, the most suitable location is identified, and conversations with lenders and potential funding sources are completed to secure the $100,000 in startup capital. The second phase covers build-out and a soft launch and takes place roughly months 4 through 6. During this period, the lease is signed, renovations and store out layout are completed, and technology systems are installed and tested, including inventory systems, point-of-sale, live stream equipment, and platform. The store will initially open with limited hours and soft launch, allowing the team to test operations. Schedule live streaming events and begin building a loyalty program with members. The focus in this phase is on building a strong base of repeat customers and stabilizing day-to-day operations. The fourth phase begins in years 2 and focuses on optimization and growth. Once the business is stable and the emphasis shifts from improving margins, refining inventory strategies, and enhancing technology where needed. Data gathering from performance matrix will guide decisions about expanding online presence. Beyond the initial launch, the long-term success of Legacy depends on ongoing follow-ups and strong leadership. The business will use a simple but focused performance dashboard to monitor how it is doing over time. Key metrics on how this dashboard will include monthly revenue and gross margin, cash flow trends, and inventory turnover, as well as online order volume, shipping times, and error rates. Customer satisfaction will be monitored using review scores, repeat purchase behavior, and feedback gathered in-store and online. These metrics will be reviewed monthly for operational decisions and then examined more deeply on a quarterly basis to decide whether any strategic change are needed. This approach is very similar to how we use quality dashboards and key performance indicators in healthcare. My healthcare system leadership concentrations significantly influence how I structured this follow-up and leadership component. Courses focused on leading change and individual performance, highlighting the importance of emotional intelligence, psychological safety, and clear expectations. Those lessons will guide how I lead a small retail team, especially during high-stress periods like big release days or live-streamed events. Courses on organizational structure and culture reinforce the need for role clarity, communication channels, and value-based leadership. At Legacy, this means making sure every team member understands the standard of authenticity, ethical sales practices, and customer service, and feels comfortable speaking up if something is wrong or could be improved. In short, even though this venture is a sports card and memorabilia shop and not a hospital unit, the same leadership principles apply. Data will guide decision, trust and communication will drive culture, and the continuous improvement will shape how we serve customers and the community. To conclude, I want to briefly bring the key points together and make a clear request. Legacy Sports Card and Memorabilia addresses a real market gap, collectors and families in Central Florida and beyond the local of the trusted community-oriented hybrid shop that combines the personal connection of a local storefront with the reach of transparency of modern digital engagement. This venture is built on a disciplined strategy with defined SMART goals, a realistic financial model, and a phased implementation plan that mirrors the best practices from healthcare leadership and change management.